Brodes Media.
This team never dies, that's for damn sure. I actually thought that they were going to squeeze this one out in the ninth. A broken bat double play, a 2-3 double play to end it. Nick Castellanos, it's just crazy. It's absurd. What a shame. You know, it's annoying for sure. I'm a little upset about it, no doubt. It bothers me, but it's not the end of the world. It sucks. You should be leaving London with a sweep with 2 dubs. No matter if Major League Baseball counts this as a series or not. If you would have took both, it's a series. If you end up splitting, well, then it's not enough games to be a series. That's how my brain works. We'll get into the broadcast, which I thought sucked. I thought the Fox broadcast sucked. I thought the ESPN broadcast sending their second team, not acceptable. The Yankees, Dodgers getting all the love nationally when you're supposed to be growing the game and putting this on the biggest stage with the biggest lights. I thought it was trash. But guess what? The outcome of the games are what's more important, and it's a shame because game one, the Phillies were in control. Bryce Harper has a huge moment with the light shining bright, and there was no doubt in game two when he stepped up to the plate in the ninth that he would make something special happen as well. Now, it wasn't a walk-off 3-run slam. It happened to be a smoked ball to the outfield, which loaded the bases and gave Bohm an opportunity, who ended up walking to make it a 1-run game. And once again, that double play, broken bat. Now, was it the most preferred at-bat in the world? No, not necessarily. On an 0-2 count, he ends up hacking at a fastball cheese that's 7 feet above the zone, hanging on for dear life. And, you know, it is what it is. But Nick has been red hot and scorching as of late, whether it was the walk-off not too long ago, whether it was the home run not too long ago, whether it was all the doubles not too long ago. And by the way, he had an infield single which created spark in game two here, even though they lost. He ended up having a massive run to give them a nice lead there before Rob Thompson made some poor managerial decisions to screw it up by going to Gregory Soto after Taijuan Walker had probably his best performance of the season with a healthy, fresh pen. You know what Matt Strahm is capable of doing, right? You know what Jeff Hoffman is capable of doing, right? And I'm aware that Jose Alvarado pissed away the W anyway in the ninth with the 4-3 lead after Rob Thompson made up for his poor decision by making a great decision, pinch hitting David Dahl, who goes yard and pimps it too. The second he stroked the bat, the second he made contact with the ball perfectly on the barrel, he knew that thing was flying. So good for you, David Dahl. Rob did make up for it, but still, I mean, seriously, when you have a 3-run lead and it evaporates, to give Jose Alvarado more wiggle room than just 1 run would have been lovely. It could have got him out of the game sooner, still would have had the lead, could have went to a different arm. So Soto just made 0 sense there, regardless if Alvarado had a chance to shut it down with the 1-run lead or not. If it was a 4-run game, a 3-run game, well, then you recognize you can't go 30-plus pitches with Alvarado. We don't have to wait for a hit by pitch. Bases are loaded. Nobody's out. Alec Boehm on the third baseline tries to barehand the ball. Was there enough time to make a play for that specific ground ball? Anyway, I don't know. Probably not. It did seem like a tough one regardless, but the wild pitch or the pass ball, I think they actually labeled it the pass ball. It's annoying. It's annoying. I didn't think Rob handled that specific spot well, and that's where things sort of snowballed out of control. But yeah, I mean, Bryce Harper had the moment. He absolutely did in game one, sliding with the celebration. I wish they handled it with 2 dubs and they washed their hands nice and clean in London before they fly back to the United States and take on the Boston Red Sox on Tuesday. But it is what it is. It does ruin the vibes a little bit. It does ruin the good feels, right? Because the way Ranger battled his ass off and the way that he was able to get out of some jams in the first inning, in the 4th inning, in the 5th inning, you know, it was very special. And I thought Rob had a good pulse on when to yank him and go to Orion Kerkering, who's throwing triple digits, going to Sir Anthony Dominguez, who hasn't allowed a run since early May. All right, we're creeping our way into the middle of June, and Sir Anthony Dominguez seemed to be revived here, and that is a massive difference for your pen. So why Soto? You can get away with Kerkering and Sir Anthony, and I'm not saying get away as if that they're not capable of succeeding, but you had some fresh, real good, solid blood lined up for it to be an automatic, and you kind of ruined that for me a little bit. They did re-grab the lead, and you would think with a one-run lead against the Mets, that should be enough with Alvarado, regardless of the context on how they got there. But I can't remove the context on how they got there because they had more runs and a bigger lead. You can't let a 3-0 lead go poof. You can't have it happen, especially when you shoot yourself in the foot. If the other team does something awesome and you tip your cap and there's nothing you can really do about it, similar to that final play, the catcher gets the ball, he tags home plate with his foot and makes a crazy throw over to first base. Sometimes you tip your cap. What are you going to do? There's a broken bat. What are you going to do? But when you clearly had better decisions to be made and you botch it, well, it's hard for me to swallow that. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where I'm at with it. And it also ruins what I thought in game one, the fourth inning, after Bryce ties the game up 1-1. Bryson Stott had the at-bat of the entire weekend, right? I mean, with all the good stuff that went down, the best at-bat was a walk by Bryson Stott with 2 outs in a tie game. Sean Manaea, he's the one pitching for New York. You go down 0-2 with 2 outs. 0-2 with 2 outs, and you work your ass off to earn yourself a walk. You get on first base for free. What happens after that? Whit Merrifield fucking bomb. What happens after that? And Mundo Sosa with the bleeder in the right field. Now, Marte is lazy as hell, and I think I saw some of the Mets beat reporters saying that fly blowout in right field had about a 95% chance of getting caught. But Marte decided to ho-hum lackadaisical run his way over out in right field, which boned the Mets, typical Mets fashion. And this whole thing was typical Mets fashion. They think that they're going to win. They're up 6-4. Of course, here comes the Phillies showing some life in the ninth. They never go away, though. They always fight until the end, and that does matter. That is a part of their brand, and I do need to recognize that. But I do think it was super important for that fourth inning to go down the way that it did, thanks to Bryson Stott and his ability to really make you work, and it was special. Pache doubled. Kyle Schwarber ended up knocking him in. The list goes on and on. So it was incredible to see what happened on Saturday afternoon. I love the 10 a.m. Sunday start. Woke up, got a Dunkin' Donuts cup of coffee, went to my wife's uncle and aunt and uncles. We hung out by the pool. Brooklyn went in the pool for the first time. It's 10 a.m. They got a TV outside, so they're able to kind of go into the screened-in area, throw the game on, listen to it. It was so beautiful. And then I started to see the game slowly evaporate. I started to see the game slowly start to sort of slip away, but then they grab it back, but then they give it away, and then they have a chance to grab it back again, but they end up not being able to have enough. How ironic is this, that I thought Rob Thompson, ironic, didn't have Taijuan Walker's back. Maybe this was revenge. Hey, Taijuan, I know publicly I said that I'm over the fact that you like to tweet, but here's my decision mid-game. You're going to get one of our worst relievers. Hey, you put a few guys on. You've been really sharp to that point, and he looked good. I mean, Taijuan Walker looked really, really good. I was like, wow. You go to London, and guys you don't anticipate to thrive ends up thriving. I don't know. Maybe there's something in the water. Maybe there's something in the travel, the time travel. Well, not time travel. It wasn't time travel, just a time zone change. I'm not sure, but Taijuan was in his bag, dude, in his absolute bag. And here's Rob Thompson. I don't forget. While, once again, the ironic part, while allowing Edmundo Sosa to sleep in and accidentally miss one of the workouts cry, apologizing, and keeps him in the lineup. Now, how does that correlate? It doesn't.